Hello. This is Elizabeth Griffin, the Black Romance Writer, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please take a moment and do so, and definitely continue to share my content with others. Today, I would like to have an intimate conversation with you about Tyler Perry. However, I'm not sure exactly where to begin. Do I start at the very beginning? In the early 1990s, when he was a struggling playwright and he penned his first musical, I Know I've Been Changed? Or do I fast forward to the days when Medea stepped on the stage and the African American community fell in love with her? Or do I go even further ahead and talk about his first film, which is Diary of a Mad Black Woman? There's so much to talk about. I truly don't know where to begin. Should I talk about the fact that he purchased a Confederate Army base in Atlanta and changed it and turned it into Tyler Perry Studios? Or should I talk about the fact that he is now a billionaire and that he has so many projects in works? Should I talk about his series on Hulu, The Haves and the Have-Nots? Should I talk about his BET show, The Oval? Or should I talk about the fact that he is part owner of the BET streaming service? Like I said, there's so much to talk about when it comes to Tyler Perry. He's an actor and you've seen him in so many productions. But for me, the reason I want to discuss him today is because I heard an interview last week on YouTube that truly inspired me, and I wanted to share it with you, and I hope it will inspire you as well. And I would like to read a direct quote from this interview. So yes, I took the time to type this out. This is a direct quote from Tyler Perry. My only idea, my only focus was to do my one play. And I knew if I could get that to work, everything else will come to pass. There are so many people who go in so many directions. This week, they're doing that. Tyler Perry continues to say, those kind of people are all over the place. And I usually try to get them to focus. Focus on one thing, one area. Put all of your energy in watering one area. In listening to the advice of Tyler Perry, I thought about my own career and my own dreams and ambitions. And as you know, I am a romance writer and I love creating stories and putting them out there. But for me, I'm thinking about my lane. And for me, what it's saying is my lane is creating romance novels in the written form as ebooks and also as audiobooks, because I love the dramatization of my work. And if I focus on that and create at least one audiobook a year, if I focus on that and creating content for my audience, that eventually my audience will grow, my merchandise will grow, I will be able to broaden my creativity, possibly creating merchandise as far as like the Black Romance Writer t-shirt or t-shirts that have the image of my books on the cover or on the front of them. There are so many things that I can do if I stay focused and I don't give up and I don't stop. Here's another direct quote from the talented playwright. I remember when I did my first show, I worked my butt off and saved $12,000 tax returns from H&R Block. I saved it. I worked hard, saved it myself, rented the 14th Street Playhouse, put that show up, thought that 1,200 people would come over a weekend, and 30 showed up, and I knew every one of them. But I didn't stop. That didn't deter me. That was in 1992. 1993, same thing happened. 94, 95, 96, 97. Up until 1998. Same devastation. Nobody showed up in the audience. I was doing one show a year, working with different promoters, trying to get the show up, and nobody showed up. But I didn't stop. End of direct quote. This is the part that truly inspired me. When I listened to him and heard that he put out that type of money in order to invest in his dream and have no return on it, I got to thinking about myself and the fact that in my basement, I have about 1,000 books that have been sitting there. And I was beating myself up thinking, what a waste. How could you blow so much money on books? Now they're just sitting there. And I realized in listening to him, sometimes you're going to have to invest in your dreams. You're going to have to believe in your dreams. You're going to have to go that extra step and not be so hard on yourself. And so for me, even though those books are in the basement, I can tell you this, those books, one of them is Scrubberlicious, the other is Unscrubbed. They're my medical series. Those two books, if you go and look on Amazon, they have a 5-star rating and a 4-star rating, which tells me that, okay, yes, you have product in your basement, but what you need to do is get out there and start vending, because you know through the reviews that those books are good, that people enjoy reading them. So it's up to me to promote myself and to not give up and to stay on purpose and to believe in my dream. So this is part of the interview that really spoke to me, and I wanted to share it with you. Tyler Perry also has some other bits of advice that I'd like to share with you as well. Tyler Perry also continues to say, what I say to you now, looking at me now, here, I am a human being. There is no difference between my humanness and your humanness. The only thing is, if you're trying to get there, you cannot stop believing in any way, no matter what anybody says, no matter what anybody tells you. You have to know it beyond knowing it. So as I said, these words of inspiration in this video truly, truly spoke to me, and I wanted to share them with you. And my plans, as I've said, is to create a lane for myself, and that will be young adult fiction. I will be creating multicultural African-American young adult fiction. It will be in ebook format. It will be in audiobook format, and it will also be in graphic novel format. I am creating my own lane, and I'm keeping my focus on what I want to accomplish and why I want to accomplish it. And one of the reasons why writing is so important to me is because I want to give back the joy that I received as a young person when I read other people's stories, how I was inspired by their stories, how I learned through reading their stories, how my vocabulary improved, how my hopes and dreams and views of the world changed just through writing, through literature. So I want to share that with others. So as always, thank you for joining me and wishing you love.